guys the difference between the Stage 6 and this other one I have. This is a really good setup, but again, for the 180, that's Honda Bond on there. For the 180, that's pretty small. What we're going to be doing, see, that's what you get. So that's, again, this would be fine for smaller CC. This is a great intake. We sell these for Minarelli as well, Zoom and whatnot. Great for Piaggio, rear facing. Piaggio, you guys should run good intakes because you've got the room, where Minarelli, you're kind of more, you're more restricted with your motor mount. So Piaggio guys, you should really be taking advantage of stuff like this. But this is what we're going to and from. Just give you an idea on the difference on the cage size. I mean, it's drastic. On a 180, this is going to be a big difference. And then this is how this guy sits in here, and that's the opening that goes. So you can see this is the drastic difference between the this intake versus the other one. I'm just going to seal this up with Honda Bond. And again, I was being a tight wad. I would have liked to have bought a V-Force cage, but I just spent a bunch of money on my twin bind V-Force cages, and I don't know if they're going to be used yet on that bike. So I just picked up bone stock ones with Boys and Reeds, which would be plenty for this. They were like 40 bucks for a set of 2, because the V-Force Reeds, you have to buy a set of 2, and it's 200 bucks every time. So anyways, this is what you get. And then this is the top piece here. So you can see it doesn't ever really get smaller than the diameter of the carburetor when you compare basically the difference between these two is pretty drastic. So I mean, you can see right there the difference. This should be a pretty big gain here. So I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and clean all the junk here, all this Honda Bond off. So let's go ahead and get this guy Honda Bonded up and sealed to the motor. Also, if you guys want to know the proper way to clean Honda Bond off, what you need to get is like a Bozzetti gasket scraper like this. And typically, obviously, you just want to stuff a little rag down there so you're not dropping all that junk inside your motor. If you get Honda Bond in your motor, not really the end of the world. It's not really going to harm anything, but if you can stop it, obviously it's a good idea. But the key here is to have this flat surface, and you can just scrape it right off. So these things are really nice to have. They're really cheap. You can also use a razor blade. This is nice because it's got a nice wood handle on it. When you're scraping gaskets off, you don't want to rock back and forth. You don't want to scratch this edge. You want to keep it flat all the way across from one side to the other and just slowly work it off. And what that's going to do is that's going to make sure that you don't nick and burr this edge. If you mess this edge up, you're gonna have a hard time getting your stuff to seal. So make sure when you're doing it, you keep the surface flat. A lot of times you can just take like a red Brillo pad and a little bit of brake cleaner and kind of work the stuff off too. But the key here is you don't want to dig into this surface, because then you create an irregularity and it's gonna have a hard time sealing. So keep that in mind. We got the GILERA back together. The carb is on, it's running, but the issue is the clutch is still grabbing at like 3,700 RPM, which is way too soon. Spoke with buddy Alfio, and I think the Delta is just not. That's just not a good design for this bike. I've got the black race springs in it. It still grabs a 3700. It's way too soon, so that's why I get that bog from the bottom end, and then it kind of picks up and goes. I'm ordering Melosi red springs for the stock clutch. Once those come in, we'll pop it in and see if we can't work that lag out of the bottom. Little update on the GILERA runner. Had some issues with kind of launch clutch engagement. Took out the Melosi Delta clutch with the black springs. For some reason, that clutch just will not grab late enough. It's grabbing really early. Spoke with buddy Alfio, and he suggested the stock clutch with red Melosi springs. Well, they're not really designed at all for the clutch. I'm learning that these bikes, oh, almost dropped it. Learning these bikes, the parts, the CVT stuff is not really right. Nothing really works great. Put the stock clutch in with some red. I put the stock clutch in with some red Melosi springs, and it's much better. Took two people to get them on because they weren't really designed for this bike. They're too thick and they rubbed up against the side of the shoe, but it works. I may add one more shim, and these guys, I don't know where I put it. These guys use big, weird, really big shims. But aside from that, the jetting was too big. I was at a 168 because I was fighting the issues last summer. Now I'm at a 150. I think I'm gonna go up to a 160, but it is night and day difference. Also kind of dark in here, but let's see if I can get a better shot. We did the big billet intake with the Banshee reeds. This thing is giant compared to the other one. Really like it, sounds good. Change the whole sound of the bike. I'm also gonna try to figure out why the electric start doesn't work. It's the oil sending unit. Since it's not in, it's not completing the circuit, so I need to put that in or bypass it, jump it, find the wires that provide the ground up to the front and bypass that. I'll try to get some riding video in on this guy, but it starts great, it runs great, clutch engagement's really close. Left my tools on here from last time, but we've got the light and flywheel on it as well. Aside from the jetting and a little bit of transmission tuning, it's pretty much done. Take this thing out and get some, try to get a little bit of video riding. It's really cold, but it's a really pretty sunny day. It's cold, I think it'll be 55, 60 or something. Not terrible, but for February, it's pretty good. All right, we're gonna get to work and do some riding. I want to show you guys the importance here of having a good ground on your motor. This ground connects your battery and all your bike frame and metal parts to your engine. This has your stator and everything on it, of course. I'm going to show you the importance of having this guy connected. I just went back and forth tweaking on this bike, and just throwing a few bolts in the transmission covers I'm taking on and off, and just decided to show you guys kind of, I forgot to put this guy on and show you how it runs with it on and with it off. So so that's with the ground on. I'm gonna take it off real quick and show you guys what you would expect, or just that small thing right there, how much of a difference it makes on your bike. Won't even run. Let me go ahead and hook it back up. Now we've got our ground connected. I couldn't even accelerate, couldn't even give it power. Now you're gonna see how it's gonna act just doing that one thing. Fires right up. Most of you guys are already gonna know this, of course, the importance of having a good ground. But if you're fighting spark issues, ignition issues, weird backfiring, and oddball things, most people think it's a carburetor. It's rarely the carburetor unless you have a really bad carburetor or it's really filthy or just the wrong size. It's typically electronic. You're always gonna have, well, some of the ignition systems are grounded through the stator, but if you have a ground wire like this on your bike, Pre-Bug Zumas have them. If you have a ground wire like this on your bike, somebody make sure it's hooked up, make sure it's clean and in good condition, because this is really, really important. So, really important. Took off the Melosi belt off this guy. Buddy, homeboy Alfio told me the Polini one works a little better. Not today, but tomorrow we're gonna take this guy out, take a couple more runs on it. I'm really happy with it so far, but it definitely needs some jetting. I ended up being really rich, went down a little bit. It's getting really, really close. Best part is, really excited. It's the only bike with electric start I own. Where is it? Over here. That's a horn. Boom. Pretty stoked about that. Blinkers work. Somehow this is the most legal bike I own. All right, let's put some ride time on this puppy. So it's about 8 a.m. Well, about 9 a.m. but this is the only time I can really do this before the shop gets crazy. So I come in early and try to do my testing and tuning on my own personal bikes, but definitely feels a lot different with those light rollers. So the rollers are definitely too light for my liking, but as you can see, it's getting better. Every bike, you have to just kind of get it to the point where you feel like it's kind of staying up but not going back too far. And as you can see, I was doing about 45 miles an hour. I felt like I was almost about that sweet spot. But you know, if I want to go faster, I'd definitely be wearing riding pants and boots and stuff, just because I don't really want to completely jack myself up. So. If you guys watch on the right, how little I have to turn this throttle to get this bike to hang out around like 35, 40. It's next to nothing. Right there, a little bit. Tiny bit of input holds that thing right where you want to be. It's definitely easier to keep it straight with your legs in, but eventually you'll have to learn it with the out. That way you can kind of learn how to turn back and forth. The rollers are definitely too light, but it feels really good. All right, this is gonna be a bummer. Let's go a different way. So that's pretty much it on the bike. You guys saw it ride, kind of got an idea for how it runs and the details on this bike, but went ahead, just had an exhaust leak here. I snugged that guy up. I'm gonna check the cooling system again to make sure it's working right, because the bike is running really cool, but everything seems to be making sense. The reeds, probably gonna swap these out for some V-Force reeds. I went tightwad mode and just bought a pair of OEM Banshee cages with some boys and reeds. They didn't want to buy a set of 2 because you can only get the carbon Banshee ones, V-Forces, in a set of 2. Let's see what else. I'm gonna drop one size on the main jet on the carburetor because it's a little rich, but I would rather have it rich. Always start rich and work your way down, lean out a little bit. What's really cool about this bike is, as you guys can see, that last run the rollers were way too light, but it allowed me to pull wheelies. Problem is, when you're light, the motor will rev up, but it won't actually propel you, it won't pull you forward super far or super fast. So you guys can see, I think I was hitting around 10.2, which I'd rather see around 9,500 to 10,000. I'm gonna go a little bit heavier on the rollers, but you guys know how to change rollers, so no real reason for that. A little heavier on the rollers, and just basically go over the whole bike top to bottom, make sure everything's, recheck the tightness, torque everything again, go over it and just keep running it every day to gain confidence in it, because this is a bike I want to take to Super Sunday and be able to ride on long rides where you're riding sun up to sundown type of thing. That's the plan with this bike so far. Everything's been really good. An iPhone XR?
Yes, sir. Do you know about that?
No, I didn't order an iPhone XR.
Okay. Well, when was the last time that you have been logged into your Amazon account?
Maybe yesterday. Bought a pack of smokes.
Yes.
And some diapers.
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
All right. So, but I can see out here, so that from our centralized server, that last active this morning.
No. Nope. I'm not in Dayton, Ohio, bro.
And like hacking means like someone has been to your account, okay? Someone has stole your ID and your password and has logged into your Amazon account.
Yeah, but why would somebody do that to me? Very rude.
And I do believe hacking is a big crime in USA.
Oh.
Your Amazon account.
Okay, what do I need to do? Because this is really upsetting. This is really upsetting. I can't afford this right now.
All right.
How am I gonna pay for it? I don't have any money. I don't have any money to pay for that. How am I gonna pay for this?
All right, so you have already reached Amazon support, and then you're speaking with Eric.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna pay for this stuff. I don't have any money. I just got kicked out of my house.
All right. Hold on. You don't need to worry about it. So you have already reached Amazon.
Okay.
Payment of $749 has already been done from your end, sir. Okay? So we're gonna refund it back to you, the amount of $749, because we do not accept any kind of unauthorized payment.
Yeah, that'd be great. Okay. Please, thank you so much.
We're gonna secure your Amazon account, and we're gonna stop all we're gonna proceed with the refunding process as well, okay?
Okay.
So, in order to cancel this purchase and to secure your Amazon account, I want you to be in...
I don't have any money to pay for that.
No.
How am I gonna afford to pay for that charge? I don't have any money. I live on the street.
So we're gonna refund you back the amount. We're gonna refund you back the amount of $749 back to your account. Don't worry about it. Because Amazon do not accept any kind of unauthorized payment.
That'd be great, because I don't have any money to pay for that type of stuff.
Alright, you don't need to worry about it. Just be calm, sir. I'm sorry?
Is it okay if I hand the phone to my dad? He's better with computers than I am, and I'm very upset. I'm in front of the computer right now. Do you want to know my credit card, or would you like to sell me insurance, Durka? How much time of yours have I wasted, you loser scumbag? What do you think about that?
I'm sorry?
I said, Durka, what do you think about that right now? How much of your time have I wasted? You've been very good customer. Your computer has cancer. I would like to sell you vacation and like to sell you car insurance, sir. But your Amazon account has been hacked. Would you like protection today? You dirty scammer.
Wait.
Nice try. Better luck next time, stupid head. You are a very stupid person. I hope you die of cancer. Do you understand? Sir, your computer has virus right now. You better change the virus. Open your keyboard. Give me your bank account number now. I also need your social security number and lockup here. Your car warranty is expired. Would you like a vacation with a loved one package? Expiring today. Make you a special deal. Look at your phone and tell me, oh, I have wasted 9 minutes of your worthless time. You have nothing to say. You have nothing to say to that, stupid.
Oh.
Hello?
Oh.
Are you just so stupid that you don't know what to say right now? Because your brain is so small and you are not a smart person. And you are a scammy scumbag, but you are so stupid. I wasted 9 minutes of your time. Better luck next time. Maybe you should make your Durka Indian training better to catch people like me who like to waste your time. That is all you have. That is pathetic. Did I not teach you better things in Indian Durka school? Is that your best insult? I love it. I see I wasted 10 minutes of your time. And I'm going to keep you on the phone as long as possible because it's less time you can scam somebody else, you worthless person. Oh, that is it? You're out of comments because your little brain is too smart. You cannot comprehend anymore. Are you there, my little friend? My little pea brain friend, are you there? You could be making money on somebody else's scam call, but you're stuck on here with me because you are too stupid to hang up the phone. You have been good customer. I get you a good interest rate today. And because is it a Visa, a MasterCard, and what is the expiry date on your Visa card? You drive a Buick LaCrosse, I'll give you warranty because of very expensive repairs if you do not have warranty.
We have already been access to your computer right now.
Oh yeah, good luck, better luck next time.
That's it. That's the reason we have been holding you on this line.
Oh, I'm sure. Even your laugh sounds stupid.
We have already been access to your computer.
Oh, good luck, better luck next time, Durka. Dummy.